I know you guys feel the same way I do. Because you know what's funny about OKC? Didn't really think anything of them heading into that playoff series. I was like, yeah, fun little young team. Shea Flop's a little much for my taste, but whatever. And I have grown over the course of 7 games to hate the team so much that I can't even say that I'm pulling for them over Minnesota. I think I am. I'll know when the game starts tonight, but I can't stand them. As I can't stand Minnesota.
I can't stand OKC's style. I don't like their style.
But here's what I'm getting at. And I've kind of done some self-inventory here. Every team that the Avs or Nuggets have played in the postseason over the last 5 years, I hate. I can't stand any of them. And I asked this question earlier in the appetizer. Who's the one you mind the least? Out of
Miami?
all the playoff series, Miami was certainly one of them. I was like, you know what? I kind of like Bam Adebayo. I think the Heat play hard. I didn't mind them all that much. And that's coming off of, remember, Miami was the whole waiting for Jokic in the locker room, Markieff Morris, blah, blah, blah stuff that was earlier in the year.
I really don't mind.
Let's see if you can. I had 2.
That's such a good point. We hate everybody.
I had 2.
Miami.
Miami was 1, and I think it's the only one for the Nuggets. The only one. I had 1 for the Avs.
Hold on a second. Are you talking about opponents over this last, 5 years?
I'd say 5 years. Yeah, let's just take it back to basically the bubble, okay?
Okay, I got one. I don't mind San Antonio.
That's actually fair. I forgot.
I have 3.
San Antonio was 2019. That's outside the window. That is outside the window.
Okay, so you want to go back to 2020?
I said bubble. Bubble and on.
I don't mind Utah.
No. Utah gets nothing from me.
Maybe because they've sucked so bad since then.
Yeah, probably. Because somebody brought it up with Nashville, and they said, it's only because Nashville's been bad lately. If you remember the Nashville stuff from earlier with the Avs, you wouldn't say that.
You're so right. Human nature. Man, you should be... Let me lay down on your therapy couch. You are my therapist.
Go ahead.
You're so right about who you hate as teams. You hate the teams that you've waged war against in the most important games, the playoff games. You're right.
Let's see if you can get the Avs team. There's one team.
Edmonton.
No, although Edmonton
doesn't
close.
bother me one bit. That's why I'm rooting for Edmonton. Doesn't bother me one bit.
They don't bother me either, but I don't like him either.
But they don't bother me. I don't think of Edmonton like, oh my God. I don't have that feeling toward Edmonton. I don't.
To me, Winnipeg doesn't bother me.
That's it. Winnipeg, despite being interdivision, they're like the Chargers. It's like, oh, you pat them on that. Hey, good for you guys.
Also,
you made the playoffs.
hold on a second. The San Jose Sharks. Remember the Avs lost to the Sharks some 2019? Oh, you went bubble.
It's outside the window. Outside the window. Winnipeg's the only one. I hate it. So people are saying Seattle. No, bleep. I hate the Kraken.
Okay,
I can't stand it.
Well, them and their fans, they got all high and mighty so fast.
Yeah. Which team bothers you the most of the teams you've faced in the postseason over the last 5 years?
No question. This is not even close.
From the Nuggets perspective.
Nuggets.
Come on.
Minnesota.
Mosh.
It's the Lakers.
You've beaten the snot out
I know,
of the
but you
Lakers.
hate their guts.
You've crushed them.
She doesn't understand.
You got to hate their
every
guts,
time
Brett.
I want to adopt them as a
I do hate their guts.
Listen, every time I'm thinking, okay, I'm ready to adopt you as no longer a transplant, but a Colorado native. Every time you're about to cross that line and you're getting close, you set yourself back years.
No, Vic, hang
you're
on a second.
so dumb.
Hang on a second. Just wait. What were you more frustrated by? And I get it, you lost to Minnesota. I get it.
Matter.
I hate the Lakers.
It doesn't.
I hate the Lakers too.
matter.
No, you don't.
But you've made them your B.
You don't hate the Lakers judging on what you just said.
You've made them your B.
How about this then, Brett?
You have waffle stomped them over and over again.
The Lakers, daddy!
You may hate the Lakers, but you don't hate them nearly enough as you should.
Not enough as a Nuggets fan should. It's a
Or
Nuggets
does.
fan's
Correct.
inalienable right.
But
and
I'm
in the
eager.
bloodline.
I'm eager to play them because you kill them.
There are little babies.
I love it.
There are little babies being born right now.
I don't even understand the hate.
No. There should be little nugget
Anthony
babies.
Edwards
With some sports
stood
hate of
on
the
your
Lakers in their
floor
heart.
and crotch chopped your crowd as Jaden McDaniels tried a windmill dunk at the end of a game.
You didn't live here in the 80s. You didn't live here in
too.
the 80s. You don't know. You don't see. That's the problem.
What do you not get about 5-year window here? What do you not get about 5-year window?
Yeah, but that
how many times I
carries
gotta
over
ask
even
that?
after that.
Now,
I don't look at windows.
Vic, also, I did not have LeBron tweeting about me in an entire city that hated me for a while, so I can understand your angst is probably a little bit higher than mine. Probably. But for the Avs,
I mean, how about LeBron to come on out and just call Vic out like that? That means, you know what that means?
Got under his skin.
but hang
That
on.
means he was over, where was he? Italy? No, he was in France. Where was he?
I don't know.
Well, he
On
was in
vacation
Europe.
with him.
Yeah, he was in Europe someplace. And, because he was attending something. He was attending some big thing.
It was in Monaco, right? Wasn't it the
So-
races in Monaco?
Yeah, it might have been Monaco. And all of a sudden, Vic is on his mind. I love that.
I still remember this, and I know everybody's answers for the Avs is going to be the Stars, and I think it's a totally fine answer. I will never get the St. Louis series out of my head. I can't get Bennington out. I can't get police escort for Naz Kadri out. I can't get any of that stuff out. I can't. That team, still Moj, my blood boils thinking about that series. I'm so glad you won, but still,
What about
hate them.
What about the year you played Vegas?
Also bothersome, not nearly as much as St. Louis to me.
And the Avs haven't played Minnesota in your lifetime here, have they? In the postseason.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
You know, Moj, it's hard. You're right about this, Brett. It's hard to differentiate and to forget about these teams before 2020 and what they've done in history. Very hard. It's very difficult.
Now,
It's like that vacuum.
I've been here again. Probably another thing. Been here for 6 years. 6 years. All I've known with the Nuggets and Lakers in the postseason is you've won outside the bubble, right?
Yeah.
The Western Conference Finals. You haven't just won.
Yeah.
Killed them.
You know, when it comes to the Avs in hating an opponent, I hate losing to Dallas. They've been your nemesis more than anybody, right? Your playoff nemesis. But I hate Vegas as a franchise more. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
totally.
sure.
Totally.
That makes total sense. I hope so. Because losing to Dallas sucks because it's the same old freaking song and dance, and it sucks. But Vegas' faces, your faces. I just don't like them.
The fact that they're building makes me have to pee.
Yeah.
Drives
I don't
me
like it.
crazy.
I don't like anything about them.
Yeah.
Nelly, what's your answer?
In fact, I would be happy if they disbanded.
5 years. Nuggets and Avs. Who's the most? Who gets on your nerves the most for both?
It's probably got to be Dallas. I'm so sick of those dudes.
Yeah.
I'm done with Dallas, and especially now that they got Miko, and then he buries you with the hat trick. Duchesne buries you.
It wasn't a real hat trick.
Moj, it was a
Moj,
hat
stop
trick.
it.
Moj, look on the
okay? It was a
stat
hat
sheet.
trick.
What does it say? 3
Moj, he's got
goals.
19
It says empty
points in
net.
the
It says,
playoffs. Stop
it
it.
says meaningless empty netter.
It's not what it says.
Hey,
It means, you know what it says to me? Falling down on a wraparound, face planting into the inboards, and getting your ass lucky off a skate.
Okay, well,
Sometimes
he has
it's
better
better to be
goals at the
lucky
end of
than
the game.
good. And I mean, and then the year before, in double overtime, Duchesne buries the Avs. I am so done with the Stars. I'm ready for them to burn out.
Totally fair.
You know what the difference is, though, with the Stars? They beat you, and they beat you almost quietly. Vegas is flamboyant.
They're
and
loud. Yes,
They're loud and flamboyant.
Would you
and
do me a
Mark
favor,
Stone's
Vic?
face. Mark Stone's face.
Would you